Right.
But your arrest record is public record, even if charges were never filed. Why?
That's a good question.
Okay, okay, okay. Hello, and welcome back to Take Yourself to Work, the podcast about finding success without losing yourself in the process. And today we have for you a phenomenal guest, attorney, author, podcast host, and general all around multi hyphenate, Fallon Hamilton Vaughn. I love a good
Yes.
hyphenate name, also.
Thank
That's how
you.
you know you had some credits under your maiden name before you added the
Yes.
second
Yes.
one.
Got to keep the Hamilton in there.
Anything that's on a degree, we must hold on to it.
Right. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Welcome to the show, Fallon.
Thank you.
I've been trying to get you here for a while.
I know, and I'm so excited to be here. I feel like I've landed. I'm in the birdhouse.
You're in the birdhouse. I love you for saying that. This is
Yes.
the birdhouse. It's where our
Mm-hmm.
studio is located. Now, Fallon, years ago now, wrote a phenomenal, very moving book of poetry based on her real life experiences called An Ode.
hmm
How long ago was that?
It's gonna be 8 years.
No way.
Literally going to be 8 years, and I probably have lived 8 lifetimes since then.
Yes, yes. And I feel like we need to get into that. Let's get
Yes.
into that. So I will say, and this is not, I'm not doing this on purpose. I know everyone feels like, Jay, how many attorneys are you going to have on the show? But I'm a lawyer. So my circle is very lawyerly, if I might say. And so Fallon is also a licensed attorney, a trained attorney who works in civil litigation. What would you say is your specialty?
Record clearing, getting people back on track, reentry. That's become like my passion project type of work.
Wait, say more. Explain what record clearing is and reentry.
So, people who have been prosecuted, arrested, or
Mm,
just had a run in with the law, they usually don't realize that if their case is dismissed or they're found not guilty at trial or something like that, let's just say they don't get a conviction, that whatever happened is still going to be on their record. So they go get a job, run a background check.
there it is.
Whoa, you got arrested back in whatever year? Like, I'm not gonna hire you because you got that F on your chest or whatever.
Oh,
So we really just try to give people re-entry into the real world. So getting them expunctions, getting stuff
yes.
off their record, selling stuff so that they
Mm,
can like actually get apartments and not have to steal things to eat because they can't afford it and they don't have a job. There are a lot of crimes of necessity, unfortunately.
mm-hmm.
And I know that sounds bad,
Mm-hmm.
but like people who come to get help because they couldn't afford money, like they didn't have the money for milk for their
Mm-hmm.
baby
Mm-hmm.
or they needed diapers.
Yep. There was a case came back up recently about the young woman who during Katrina they had no access and she gave her baby cow's milk because that's all
Yes,
she could find. They prosecuted her and sent her to jail, honey.
she's still in there. I think
To
she's still in there.
jail for trying to feed her child with what she thought was the next best substitute.
Mm.
Meanwhile, felonies in the White House. But anyway, I won't get sidetracked this early in the
Yeah.
show. I love that you're doing that. Do you work with any of those programs, like the Second Chance programs or the anti-recidivism groups?
So yeah, Houston got really big on like the ban the box initiative maybe
Oh
a couple
yes, where you had to
administrations
check and
ago.
say you had a
Yeah.
conviction.
So now they're giving people, I guess, a little bit more opportunity to get in the door without automatically getting your application torn up. So we do that. A lot of community partners, a lot of just different organizations like Houston Lawyers Association, Public Defender's Office. Like there are a lot of people who actually believe people need a second chance now.
Right.
So, fortunately, Harris County is like really, really, really good and big on it. Now, I want people to not only just talk the talk, but walk the walk
Yeah.
too.
Hmm.
That's probably the next step on actually making some change. But for right now, Harris County is pretty good on wanting to help people who have had run ins with the law.
Yeah, and just to spin the block on that, ban the box is what was required up until I don't know when,
Maybe like 2 years, I think
two
about two
years
years
ago.
ago, two ish.
Yeah, when you applied for a job, you had to say if you'd ever had a conviction.
Or been arrested, like literally, first thing, check.
Yeah, and for most people that was automatic decline, and so all the rest of the form you might as well not have filled it out, right?
Right.
And so it's good to hear that that passed here. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the whole point of the penal system, my understanding is to rehabilitate people and send them back into society better.
Right.
So when you tie their hands on reentry, you're almost guaranteeing that they have to do something else. Like, what if I can't get paid above board?
Yeah.
I'm immediately under the table.
I think that's kind of what people don't realize. It's like, why am I sending someone to jail? Or like, why am I even giving them the opportunity to do something different if I'm always going to be labeled a criminal, or if somebody's always going to look at me like, even if I don't get a conviction, just because I got arrested for something, it's like you literally have that scarlet letter on you. Like you were like, for real, for real. Oh, you're a criminal. Oh, so you still like, even if it was something that is erased, like didn't happen, like maybe that you just got arrested, maybe you were just like black on the wrong day.
Listen, can we dig into
Of
this?
course.
I became aware of this, I think after I started practicing criminal prosecution and not ahead of time. So when I was in law school, no one really made a big deal about this.
Right.
But your arrest record is public record even if charges were never filed. Why?
That's a good question.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I feel like our society kind of has an idea that once you do something, you're always that. A lot
Mm,
of people don't believe in mistakes or being in the wrong place at the wrong time,
mm,
or being an oppressed person in a country where you're automatically assumed guilty for doing something. Like three teenage boys were outside of the building, and all of a sudden, oh, we have a burglary charge. Like, were y'all really doing
mm.
that, or were y'all just outside playing?
Or loitering. Like you can't
Yeah,
be anywhere
loitering, or
anymore.
you're or even just like homeless people. I have had a lot of people who have gotten like breaking and entering just from trying to like go inside of a building, an abandoned building, to sleep.
To sleep.
And now
Yeah.
you gotta like, do I want these people to stay in the same situation forever, or am I really trying to help people out?
And I know somewhere on the other side of that argument is like the attractive nuisance, the liability, cannot have homeless people in the building if somebody gets hurt, but I don't feel like we expend the same amount of energy trying to house people or
No.
trying to create options. It's just it's just kind of tough. Now, you talked about people not believing in mistakes and second chances. I would take that a step further and say there is some outgroup homogeneity bias there where people do believe in mistakes and second chances if the person looks enough like them
For
or
certain
reminds them enough
people.
of their own kids or it
Mm-hmm.
seems like someone they could be related to. But when they seem othered or an outgroup, I think the inclination is to say, no, they're just a bad apple.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad. There's no way for them to get back on track. And that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Very common human behavior bias, but it's hard to watch that play out over and over again in the criminal
It
justice
really
system.
is. You would think that we were a little far removed from that, but unfortunately, we're not.
Right.
It almost feels like we are kind of repeating history a little bit, or that the initiatives and the steps forward that we took somehow made us take the two steps forward, and it was like automatic two steps back.
Such a cynic. So whatever steps you saw forward, I to me they seem like the aberration. I think for the most part, greed still drives most policy,
Money, yeah,
and the
money.
money is in keeping bodies in prison. There's a lot of
Mm.
money in keeping bodies in prison. A
If
ton.
if we put as much money into our other systems as we did, as like firearms and prisons and
Mhm.
things to keep people in captivity, we would probably be a much richer country.
I cannot tell you the statistic off the top of my head. Maybe my producer can look it up, but I think the prison population per capita in the United States, like the number of people in prison based on our population, is more than every other civilized nation. Like, or probably uncivilized too. Like, we have more people in jail than out than
Yeah.
most comparable societies, and it's because it makes a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And you just you see the corruption. You start hearing about people taking judges taking kickbacks or prolonged um, prolonged sentences to try to help. Oh, look, my producer pulled it up. 531 to 580 incarcerated individuals for every 100,000 residents, which I don't know what the percentage rate. Oh, go down to the statistic. Yeah, roll it out for me. Oh, they didn't give me the percentage. 20%. The
Hmm.
United States houses over 20% of the world's prison population. That's wild. Considering that
Mm.
Australia was founded as a prisoner colony,
Yeah.
I mean, that we outpaced them is wild already.
Yeah.
It's
And don't even get
crazy.
to comparing state to state,
Oh my gosh.
Texas to Louisiana.
Well,
Like,
we love prisons down here.
we
You know what
do.
I just learned? I learned this from Jasmine Crockett. Okay, so first of all, shout out Jasmine Crockett. Love her bad. Love her down. She's always dropping these pieces of information that the general public doesn't have. And she explained to me prison population counts for representation.
Does it?
Yes. So the number of people in a county, in a state, which translates to the number of representatives,
Yeah.
they count the prison population. Prison population can't vote though.
I did not know that.
Wild.
Yeah, I did not know that.
It's giving 3/5.
Mm,
Wild times. I was shocked, like jaw open.
mm.
America, what a place.
And if I'm not mistaken, I feel like people who have convictions, like felony convictions, just got the right to be able to actually vote in like 1997.
They have to do something though.
Finish all the terms or conditions and
Right.
pay all the fees, but it's still like you got to do all of that and still
Yes.
go through hoops and obstacles.
Yes. And if you think you got it all done, but you were not right and you go to vote, you can be arrested.
Don't have an outstanding fee.
Yeah.
Do not, because they're going to want their money.
This is such a bummer now. Okay, we're like that. I
let's
love
get it
that.
let's get it back
Let's move on. The point is that
positive.
Fallon spends her time and her hard-earned law degree helping people get back on their feet,
Yes.
get their record sealed, expunged, which is to be removed from public record, and move back into society and begin to once again contribute and not walk around with their scarlet letter. So thank you for the work.
Yes. Much
That is, you are
appreciated.
doing the Lord's
Thanks.
work. It's so funny because, and Fallon is a public interest lawyer, which I had a guest on earlier this month who was explaining that public interest law was kind of like a side quest when she went to law school. Everyone was
Mhm.
big law, big law, big law. What drew you to the practice?
So that's something I've always wanted to do. Initially, I wanted to be a prosecutor, which is weird. Like saying that now as somebody who literally helps people with reentry, it sounds crazy. But I did grow up like having to go to court a lot. I had a sibling who was murdered. So
Oof.
everything I saw as a 9 year old, 10 years old, was from the perspective of someone looking for justice or seeking justice or seeing my family and parents going to court, meeting with attorneys, doing all these things. So I kind of had that idea in my head that justice, like, this is what I exist for. So I was all, I'm going to go be a prosecutor. And I interned and I did all the things. But I think it was like right after Katrina. So I went to college in Louisiana. So I had a lot of ties still. My family is from Louisiana. Like, Louisiana is like second home or whatever, and I was interning during a felony trial. I'm just like sitting there watching my
You're
boss,
interning with the prosecutor's office?
with the
Okay.
DA's office. But the people that were on trial, I don't even remember their names, but I know I'd seen them before.
Hmm.
So I'm just like looking. I'm like, do I know these people from college? Like, where did I run into them at? And I'm just looking at all these pictures and all these images and just the way that she's describing these people. And I kind of was like, but I think I know these people. Like, these are real people. And it just something in it clicked for me. And I was like, I can't rationalize the humanization of a person. Like, even though I've been someone who's lost somebody, it's hard to like think from the lens of you're evil, you're bad, like you deserve to be
Okay.
dead or in jail.
So your perspective was that she was dehumanizing the defendants in order to make it easier for a jury to convict convict and disregard them as something other than a
Yes.
person who could possibly deserve justice or
Right.
mercy.
Right. Like it just felt nasty.
But don't you think there's a place for good prosecutors who can see all of that holistically and then apply it in a way where, hey, listen, families need justice,
Yeah.
but I won't go so far as to bend and manipulate the law just to get a conviction. Like, do you think there's, quote unquote good guys on that side
Now I
also?
do, but
Yeah.
historically, probably not.
Mm.
I've seen people fight me tooth and nail for a non-disclosure, like a misdemeanor. You're really fighting me because you don't want someone to get a misdemeanor sealed. Like some of these
Oh.
people act as if it's a numbers game, like a quota. So I don't
Is there
know.
is there an incentive for them not sealing cases?
I feel like like the court of public scrutiny has been very, very, very hardcore. Not even on like the prosecutors, but like the judges too. Like people don't necessarily realize the Constitution is real. So, like,
That paper means something to
even
some
though
people,
you did
yes.
something, you kind of still have rights, and there are processes
Mhm.
that have to kind of get followed. You can't just put someone on display like they're a animal in the zoo and not really get into the meat and potatoes of what went on.
So what do you think the fear is? Is the fear if I expunge these records or seal these records, then they are going to hurt someone else and no one will see them coming? Or like what's the downside of sealing the record once they've spent paid the money and did the community service and provided restitution? Like once they paid their debt to society, what is the downside?
So I guess people fail to realize that there are certain crimes where you can never get it sealed or
Okay.
you can never get rid of it. Like there are benchmarks. Like we're not saying I'm sealing someone who was a murderer or a rapist or really
Okay.
hurt a child or like an elderly person or something. The worst of the worst are not getting sealed. Those are not even the people that are coming into the office.
Okay.
Multiple convictions, like somebody who has lived a life of crime, like, okay, this isn't a one time thing. Like, this is a bad person. Like, this is a bad man.
Hmm.
Like, he doesn't need any help.
Okay.
We
So
don't want
that's
him
not who
out.
you're trying to seal.
This is not who we're helping.
Tell me, give me some examples. Give me some examples of cases where you feel like the case can be made to seal them, and you really advocate to get these cases taken off the record.
For me, a lot of people with like shoplifting, people that were trafficked who maybe a pimp made them do
Oh.
stuff
Mhm.
like, okay, if I'm in the lifestyle, if somebody is like making me do something bad, I gotta have some drugs to like make it go, not the pain, not as hurt as
Okay,
bad.
so possessions.
Possessions. Then I might have to sleep and do gross things. I might have to go in the store and steal something.
Okay, so solicitation.
That like things of that nature,
Oh,
like
okay.
anything that's like that's showing that I am a person who is being held against their will, forced to do something I don't want to do,
Mhm.
or brainwashed into thinking I have to do it to survive. Like I'm
Mhm.
gonna be very passionate. Like I want you to get out of that situation. I want you to be able to go and hold your head up high and go
Yeah.
pick your kid up from school without
Mhm.
people thinking like, oh, she nasty.
You two questions. One, typically, what's the argument from the court that to try to say no, we don't want to seal this?
Well, she had another conviction. She did this more than once. How am I to know that they really learned their lesson?
Um,
Well, this might have happened 5 years ago, but I don't know that they've changed.
do they do some sort of investigation to see that you present evidence that they've
Hmm.
lived a good life, they're doing
Yeah,
better?
like it's in the best interest of justice. Like, do we really want someone to never be able to get a job or like, okay, this lady did something when she was like 19. She's 35. Like, she's lived beyond her means all these years. She didn't even know the option existed to get something sealed because nobody is telling you that when you're
Mm.
going to court.
Mhm.
Like, even if you were found not guilty, nobody sees that. It's literally gonna say, "Well, Jay got a she was arrested at one point for murder. I don't know what happened,
Mm.
but I know she was arrested." They put on a whole trial for you. You were found not guilty. Then you go home free as a bird,
And it's still on your
and
record.
it's still on your record.
What the people on the list, can they come off the list?
No.
Okay.
So some crimes are just too far beyond humanity that no, you are not getting a second chance for
Okay, so
that.
people do not come off that the
No,
child
no,
abuse
no, no,
type.
no, no.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah,
Good to know. You know,
yeah.
I made a habit almost a little obsessive of anytime I moved,
You
this is
checking to
I
see?
checked.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying and chilling when you move into an apartment complex and you check and there's a bunch of
Yeah.
you're like, okay, my kids can't play outside because apparently they in here. They in
Yeah.
here. So, and nice ones too.
Mhm.
You'd be surprised.
But sometimes they're just using like someone's address too. So you really can't
Oh,
be certain.
that they're there.
Sometimes it's like, okay, this is my big sister and this is where I'm supposed to live at. This is where I'm getting my mail. So they may not let me not put any more fear in your head. I'm sorry.
Well, this is my argument, and I've said this a lot. I say this to people: you love your family, you know, and we always are doing things to help our family out. Don't let anybody use your address. I
Do
say that all the
not.
time. That's how you get these crazy no-knock warrant murders, and the police come running up in your house trying to arrest
Mm,
somebody who has never lived there, but you said you can use my address.
do not.
Do not let people
Do
use your
not.
address. It
Do
sounds
not.
so simple, like I just need a place to get my mail. Baby, get at a
Mm-mm.
P.O. box.
They coming there to serve them. You got all these
Mm-hmm.
random people knocking on Big Mama's door. Big Mama don't know what's going on. No, do not
Yes.
let people use
I
your address.
listen. Brianna, I think about her all the time. I think about Brianna all the time because she was minding her business and somebody else was using that address.
Just don't do it.
Can I ask you though, really quickly, what did you get? Do you feel like you got justice for your sibling?
I still think I'm working towards it. Like, I haven't quite met the point of being like, all right, vindicated. Because other stuff obviously has happened. Like, I still got people that's catching cases and stuff now. So it's like, okay, are we undoing this? Or what lesson is God trying to teach me? Like, okay, maybe good people make bad decisions. Maybe that's a lesson I got to learn. Or like,
Hmm.
maybe when you don't control your emotions, you can like get to a point where you can't come back from it. Like, I'm still thinking that there's some type of lesson that's gonna be like the justice portion for me,
So you're is this a brother or sister here?
brother.
So you when you lost your brother, you said you went all the way through the court system with that. Was there conviction?
No. So it ended up being like a civil case
Okay.
from his employer. There
Oh.
was never a individual found and prosecuted, but they were able to find like liability for like lack of procedures or negligence. Because he
Oh.
was like 18 working at a store. So why did you have a child overnight managing a store?
Oof.
Or why had you not got alarms in your restaurant if it had been robbed? So there were like a lot of like negligence,
I see.
weird duties that were failed or whatever. So that in that sense, kind of,
So, I mean, someone was held accountable, but
yeah,
not the actual
yes,
actor
that
who
who
actually
committed
caused,
the murder,
and they were
yes.
never found.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
wouldn't be able to sleep, I don't think.
It took my mama a lot of years to
Uh,
get to be able to.
now I'd be running around like the guy from Princess Bride. My name is Inigo Montoya.
I'm,
I'm looking for the
I'm going
the
to
six
avenge
fingered
you.
man. Yeah, you
Yes.
killed my father, prepare to die. Okay, so
Mm.
let's let's take a moment here and move from this wonderful work that you do to give people a second chance, and thank you for doing it. Having been a public interest lawyer myself, I know you do it for the love because no one's ever doing it for the money. Okay.
Right.
No.
It's for literally the payment. I'm look me and the Lord or like this. Like I know when I leave this earth, maybe He's gonna set me up real good.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. You know, I did my 15 in public service. Shout out Joe Biden, Kamala Harris for that loan forgiveness.
I
Did
got two years
you get to
left.
you and they trying to get rid of it.
I know. Don't oof.
Hate to see it. I hope you get in right under the line. But baby, when I got my little letter in the mail,
I know you were
that's
happy.
because if I had done anything else, I could have paid those loans off
I know.
myself. But
It would have been over.
you cannot pay those loans off with public service money. But I did my service. So doing all this, It has to take a lot out of you. You get personally invested in these cases and the people, and yet you still had time to channel all of your experiences into a full-length poetry anthology. Tell me how you decided to do that and why.
So, I've always been a writer.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I was probably a writer before I even had the idea of
But what
anything
kind of
else.
writing were you doing before?
I was writing poetry when I was a little girl.
Oh,
Like, I think I wrote like a book in class in like second grade. Like, books were always anything word related was like my safe space.
okay.
So I think I learned how to read at like 3, 2.
Oh,
Like, it
a
was,
savant.
yes, it was
Okay.
I was very young. My mom was very adamant about keeping a book in my face.
Good.
Flashcards, like this is as like a 3-year-old with flashcards, like hardcore, just
Shout out to Mama. She was setting you up for success.
yes. So books and words were always my thing. Um, just picking up a pen. I feel like I would just like to write. Like I was one of those nerdy, oh my God, calligraphy. Like I'm like writing my name, like
Did you
signing
journal?
autograph. I journaled.
Do you still?
I try to.
Okay.
Now, technology has kind of robbed me of the joy of journaling because now I just throw notes on my phone.
You went
And then,
digital.
yes,
Hmm.
so it's not the same as like carrying my notebook with me, but I buy them, but they're so pretty,
You
and then
don't
I
want to
don't
write
want to
on the
write in
page.
them. So it's so much easier to just pull my phone out.
Somebody needs to study the way people hunt down the perfect journal and the perfect pen
And
and
don't want
then
to write
don't
with it.
want to touch it in case
Yeah.
what you write is not worth how nice the
And then
paper
you
looks.
got to rip it off. Like, mm-mm.
I write in everything. I will tear up a good journal fast. You know what I don't do? You tell me if you do this. I never go back and read a journal.
Really? So I do.
You go back and read it.
Yes, I go back. I have things that I've written, and I'm a big manifestation
Oh,
girly.
nice.
I have stuff that I wrote in like high school that was like when I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like I read, it, I'm like, oh well, dang, okay, girl,
And you did it all?
yeah.
Love that.
Like I have one that I just randomly found. Like my mom like cleaned out all my old stuff. So she's like, "Oh, I found all these books you wrote in." And I'm like, "Really?" I'm reading them. I'm
Did
like,
she read
"What?"
them?
I don't think so.
Ooh, she wouldn't tell you anyway.
Right.
Mom, don't
I
be
don't
reading
think
my
so.
diary,
Yes,
Mom.
I don't think
Don't
so.
read my
You know, I
journal.
was a '90s girly, so I had a little lock for my
Okay.
actual diary,
You and Moesha. Dear
which is still
diary.
locked. But my journals, like my notebooks, my spirals, like
Okay.
so much stuff. Like literally, I had my whole life planned out, and it was like, okay, by the time I'm this age, this will have happened. This I should be doing this. Like, yeah, like to it. I don't know who I thought I was or
You are
what.
exactly who you thought you were.
But yes, I wrote all of that into existence real early. Like, you're gonna do this.
I
You
can't
should
take
be
it.
this age.
I can't go
Like,
back and read a journal. I
I found one
can't.
in my office, like randomly. I don't even remember writing it.
You must write well and it must be valuable thoughts. When I go
Maybe.
back and read a journal, it is so cringe because I'm just like, was I okay? Like, I hate it. I'm just always thinking, like, what were you going through, girl? This sounds silly. I think because as you mature, what worried you and concerned you seems
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
So I always look back and I'm like, she was goofy, and then I just throw it
Not
away.
goofy.
I
No.
really do. I just chunk them because I
I
cannot take
love
it.
going back and reading stuff. Like, I love it.
Okay, so
Just, oof.
you're writing poetry. I'm sure there was some pause in that to complete law school because law school takes all the joy out of writing for a while.
It stole my creativity for a little bit.
And so how'd you get back?
Um, Life kind of gave me a pause. I think well, not necessarily the pandemic, but life got to a point where I was like, hey, what are you doing? You need to get some of this off. And you know, like everybody's like Mary J. Blige. I like sad Mary better than happy Mary. I was in some parts of life where I was like, oh, I got to get this off of me. Like, let me just write
Mm.
some stuff down. And that was how I was able to like literally release a lot of things,
Mm.
just like writing my way through it or just like having thoughts like, why am I sitting up crying?
Oh.
Girl, go write it down and then you'll feel better.
Okay, so you find just the act of writing through your feelings to be cathartic, to provide
Yes.
release, and then you're not carrying it around
Right.
anymore.
Yes, I even burn it up sometime if it's like bad. Like, yeah,
Ooh,
like some stuff
just burn
I
it up.
have to like write it out. I'm not carrying this anymore. Like this, no, burn it up.
But then you actually gave us some of that. Some of those poems in the ode were
Yes.
deep and personal. And if you don't have it, it's available on Amazon where all good books are sold. Old by Fallon Hamilton. It was pre
Mm-hmm.
Vaughn.
Yes, it was pre-run. It was F. Renee Hamilton, my alias.
That's well, we've added your alias. F.
Yes.
Renee Hamilton. Um, how did you get comfortable giving that to us? Some people will never do that.
So it's so weird. I went to like a conference that one of my friends, like she does everything. So she lives in North Carolina. She produces books, shows, doctor, just one of you. She one of your tribe. One of these
I have to do all the things.
yes, one
Try.
of these ladies who do everything.
Okay.
So she was like, "Oh, I'm having a writing retreat. You should come." And I was like, "Okay, I've never been to Durham. Like, I'll come up there, see what's going on. Let me escape
Mm-hmm.
some of the foolishness that's going on in Houston and just get a little fresh breath of air." So I went. I really wasn't expecting anything. Like, I'll go. And I'm just kind of like, dang, okay, this feels good. Like people were sharing. I was like, well, I wrote poems, and they were kind of like, oh, for real, let me see them. I was like, okay.
And you just showed strangers your poetry.
And they were
You are
like, oh, they were
brave.
like, oh my God. And she was like, girl, you need to share this. Somebody need to read this. Shout out to Nicole. You need to wait, let's get this together. And it went from that to having a whole book come out with that. And it was very much so like scary or
Mm.
like kind of like, who's this? And it's so funny because now, like I said, I feel like I've lived 8 different lives since then.
Hmm.
So my husband would be like, I ain't the one she was talking about in that
Oh,
book.
he's like, let me clear it up.
Let me clear the
Let
record.
me clear it up for y'all. I have never done her
That wasn't
bad.
me. That was
that,
somebody
that was
else.
some fool
Yeah, that
who
wasn't
played
me.
himself. Okay.
Yes. So I feel like it was a story or it was pieces of work that had to get out because somebody else needed them.
Yeah.
So that's how I was able to be brave enough to like share it.
People love that book. That's literally why I wanted to bring it out for the show today, and I forgot someone asked me to borrow it and didn't return it, and you know who you are.
They've been sitting with an ode.
I would like my book back. Okay. But people love it. There's a
Yes.
different level of courage involved in taking like the hardest things that you've gone through in your life, distilling it down to moving poetry and then just releasing it into the world for
Yes.
anyone to read and touch. Shout
Yes.
out to you.
Thank you.
Please get your flowers now. Pat yourself on the back. Very brave. Can you tell us whether the little girl who was writing these journals, whether she was right or wrong to be so prescriptive in what I'm going to be and when and what changed?
I think she was right on point because if no one else were there to have told me all those things, I might not have done them. So I'm glad that she was brave enough to see a bigger world for herself than probably anybody else had seen for her. So shout out to Little Fowl for being so, I guess, boastful in how she wanted her grown up existence to be. Because she curated a world that I would not trade for anything. And I'm just
Aw.
shout out to her. Because I was quiet. I was like, oh, let me just write this down. No one has to know. But the dreams and the stuff that I was thinking, it was like, your stuff, little girl. Like, you got it. You don't have to be the loudest in the room, but you're going to make an impact. And that's like something that I was very firm about when I was a little girl. Like, I'm like, I'm going to make an impact. I don't know how, but it's going to be an impact made.
Sometimes people believe that the timeline part is can set you up for disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one thing to say, I want to be X, but I want to be X by X date. I think
Yes.
is where people start to get disappointed because they're forcing a timeline that's not accurate. Like, for example, I know you are one of several of my close circle of people I know who had career success well before they had success in love or
Mm-hmm.
marriage. Did that ever rock you where you thought maybe I put too much on the career side?
I think I did to an extent, But I also feel like society kind of like we were that children of the future generation. So for black women, like I feel like your parents were like, don't get pregnant, stay in school, do all these
Mm,
things, like don't depend on a man. Like it was so much force fed to us, especially if you came in like a two-parent household.
mhm.
Daddies were like, men are trash. Like, don't get no man like me. Hey, like they were subliminally trying to save you from all the bad stuff they did.
Mm,
Like all the rhetoric, all these things, it was kind of like, okay, work on your career. Nobody told me to go to college and like, all right, while you there, you better be looking.
no, it was don't look.
Don't
Do your
look,
homework.
do
Get in
your
those books.
homework. Cause I could have been hanging outside the engineering department instead of in the library. Like there were like don't tell your daughter to keep her head down because there are other aspects to
Yeah.
success and life and happiness. And then you got to be like, okay, well, we're in our 40s now. Now you got to worry about your eggs and all these other things.
Girl,
So I do think a pause with that conversation, not telling your daughter, "Oh, girl, you don't got to go to school." I'm not saying that. I'm saying while you're there, let somebody treat you right. Let
mhm.
somebody cater to you. Or girl, you're gonna need somebody to hold you down when
Yeah.
the stresses of the world get heavy.
Yeah, and so I don't think there's any one particular formula that's right, but a lot of people do meet like-minded individuals who are headed the same direction and who are willing to love and support them before they are whatever version of success they're going to
Mm-hmm.
be. And I think a lot of times you can trust that more, right? So part of the issue with dating, particularly as a successful man or woman in your 40s and upward, is you've established yourself in such a way that you can't quite tell if someone loves the core of you or all of these things you quote unquote bring to the table. Like, do you really like me or the what I'm bringing with me in terms of stability and notoriety and my reputation and the way I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be able to accelerate whatever you're trying to do? You don't have those concerns in college the same way. Everybody
No.
broke. Okay, we're all on the same ramen noodle diet right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like me, you literally like me. I mean, I guess if you're like a silver spoon kid, then maybe you got to worry
Yeah.
about it. But for the rest of us brokies, you really people you could tell who just really genuinely enjoys your
Genuinely, yeah.
presence. So yeah, that's tough. But I had the same parents.
Yeah.
Girl,
Keep your
focus,
head down.
get these
Get these
degrees. Don't
books.
don't bring any boys around here. What you need to do, and then what happens is you're magically an adult, and you
You look up and it's like, uh oh,
and all your friends are married. You're like,
everybody's
oh
married.
Lord,
What did I do? Or what didn't I do?
played myself,
Yeah.
completely played myself out.
There's balance.
Say it again.
Aim for both. Both is okay.
Hmm.
I'm not a independent woman. That rhetoric, no, I'm not. I don't want to
No
be.
Bootsy.
No,
ING.
no, I do not. And don't believe the hype because Boosie's not even raising his children to believe that.
No, Boosie's so problematic. The problem with Boosie, the reason he gets away with everything is because he's funny.
Yes,
But he at least once a week he says something so problematic. I'm like, how is this guy not canceled?
right.
He's the
Mm-mm.
worst sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna play this or that, and I will name two things. You have to choose your preference. If it's close, we'll just see. I just want to see how close we are.
Okay.
For you to be another attorney who loves to write, who writes poetry, who has a podcast, which we'll talk about in a second, we sure do have a lot in common. Let's just
Yes.
see how far in common we really are.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. If you had to give up one thing, caffeine or dessert, which one you giving up? Just write it down. Don't tell me. Okay, what'd you put? Caffeine.
I am a sweet tooth
I have dessert.
dessert girly.
Well, how are you gonna get through the workday?
Listen, I'll walk to the coffee shop and get a cookie.
Really?
That's me. That's how I got big back in my latter years.
Not the big bakery.
Yes.
I can live without sweets. Everything's always too sweet for me. Ever
Really?
since the food industry started ramping up Sweetness levels, I can't do it.
I probably need to go get my blood sugar checked. I'm a sweet tooth really.
Please.
Mhm.
Because I actually found out several years ago I was pre diabetic and I had to go hard cold turkey on that
Yeah.
sugar. You're not going to catch me on insulin.
Yeah.
Too hard to get back off.
Right.
So you can curb it. All right. So we're 0 for 1. Okay. Um, let's go with no social media for a year or no online shopping.
Hmm.
You gotta let one go, either social media or shopping online. My thing is too light, so you probably can't see. You let go of online shopping?
I would.
What? I put social media. You can't even see it. I need a darker pen. Listen, how? Because
You know,
you'd have to go outside to be amongst the people. Are we not introverts together? I cannot do
one
people.
of my favorite things is going to the mall with my mama.
Where all the people are?
Nobody really goes anymore. So when we go, and then you have to have a system. You
Okay.
gotta go on a weekday during the daytime, or me and her will be in Sam's at 8 o'clock when the elderly people can come in there. So
Not you and the
like,
AARP crew, the
yes,
silver sneakers.
you gotta go in there early. So I feel like I'd be more equipped to navigate just going to the store. And I think that's why people having to do all these like people are not meeting their husbands anymore because they
Because they don't go
online.
outside.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
I would be doomed. If
mhm,
I had not met my husband as early as I did, I just don't go outside.
mhm.
I people everything's too peoply. People are too peoply. There's too many attitudes.
But that's why people are like not meeting their person anymore.
Well, I go to church. I feel like
Everybody at church is with their wife.
no, that's not true.
Oh,
There's singles at my church. They have a whole singles ministry. Fine. I don't think that's true, Fallon.
um,
Is that true?
from
No, I don't
from
think
what
that's
I
true.
well at my church, that I am a member of,
Is it an older
everybody.
congregation?
No, I mean Wheeler. It's
Wheeler's got
either
everybody and their mamas at
it's
Wheeler.
either our age or college age. Everybody our age is pretty much married,
When you say our age, give me the range.
40 and up.
Okay, but you just disregarded all the 22 to 40 people. They're single, they're out of college, and they're looking
Are they there?
at church.
Mm-hmm.
One could hope,
We can hope,
but
but
you don't think they're in
I
there?
don't think
Well,
so.
where are they?
At home online shopping, missing out on being
They watching
socialized.
church on YouTube
Yeah, they're
because
watching
they
it on
tired from the
TV.
club on
They're at
Saturday.
Bedside Baptist.
Oh man. Basically, Fallon said, go outside. That's
You
why you
have
ain't
to.
got nobody. You need to go outside.
You have to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true though.
That is why there are so many
But
people
they're
who are
making it
missing
where you don't
their
have
person.
to go outside because there's dating
So now people are going
apps.
to be dating robots.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that. Very disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Because my understanding is the way the algorithms work and the AI works, those things are trained to continuously agree with you. So you and your AI love interest can be in a complete echo chamber of
Mm-hmm.
nonsense and it will just keep reinforcing
If everybody grocery shopping, DoorDash,
me.
are you not meeting people at bars anymore?
Oh, you know what people did used to meet people at the grocery store, didn't
At the
they?
grocery store, at
Yeah.
Lowe's,
Yeah.
everything is available online.
Okay. You're making a solid
So
point here.
unless you're going to grab your DoorDasher before they walk away, are you meeting new men? This is what I tell my
Not
friends.
trying to date the DoorDash guy.
Or if you're not in proximity with anyone, if you're only in proximity with the mailman
uh,
and the IT guy,
but Fallon outside is so outsidey.
but once you meet your person, you don't have to go back
That's right.
out.
You can retire yourself. Okay, fine.
You gotta
Y'all
go
stay
outside.
in the streets.
Go outside.
Fallon said,
Please. I want everybody happy and married. I do. I really do.
"Oh, this is a no-brainer. Would you rather someone, if you're out, let's say you're out, so you're out with your friends, and someone has bad news for you,
Mm-hmm.
would you prefer that they just tell you immediately while you're in outside in mixed company, or send you a "we need to talk" text?
Oh, it depends on what type of bad news.
I don't have that information. So they're gonna break
So,
up with you. Which one do you
oh,
want?
just talk to me later. Like,
We need to talk.
yeah, take me
I,
aside and have a real conversation with me.
I'm unable to do that.
Like, I confront it head on is kind of how I want to be. I don't want any innuendo or like,
And no distractions, I
yeah,
guess.
like I want, but people are scared to have real conversations. So most people are not going to do that. But I would prefer, hey, you hurt my feelings. Okay, let's talk about it and actually talk about it.
Ugh, we're nothing alike.
Like, actually talk about
We're
it.
literally nothing. So my thing is, using that scenario, you're gonna break up with me.
Mm-hmm.
Child, just send me a text. Like I'm not about to go back and forth with you.
You're a Libra.
I am.
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay. Fine. If you want to break up,
These are different
go where
archetypes.
go where you're going. I cannot do 15 to 20 paragraphs in a text message, and I don't want to do an hour on the
I
phone.
was good on that Aaliyah 4 page letter era. Like that was my era.
That's crazy.
Like right.
Don't send me a letter. Go ahead and shoot me that text.
I used to have stationery and everything.
Maybe by the time I finish reading the text, you're blocked on all social media, and I've moved on with my life. I'm like a light switch. I got
You are
on,
a Libra.
I got off. I don't any of that middle stuff. I don't have it.
No, you are a Libra. Y'all are like, okay, on, off. All right, cool. I'm a Scorpio. I'm going to lament, revel. I'm going to deep think. I'm going to
And that's the other thing. I
yes.
overthink. So if you say we need to talk, I will have run through 12 end of days scenarios of what could possibly be wrong. I will have killed 15 to 20 different people who I care about. Like, don't make me guess.
Yeah.
Don't make me guess. Just say the
Just
thing.
spit it out right there. It
Yeah.
doesn't
And if
matter.
I care to hear the why, I'll call you later. If I don't, it's
Mm-mm.
done. It's done.
I gotta be prepared. I need to be sitting down. Like if it's bad news, let me get where I'm at. Girl, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't want to hear any bad news. Like, let me get a good night's sleep. I'll wake up and then I'll see that
You
someone
would
will have
sleep
let
on
me
some
know.
news coming?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
my
Mm-mm.
family has literally told me, turn your ringer on. You can't. I'm like, look, I'm not a doctor. So if someone has an emergency, you will call 911, not me. I can't save
You
your
don't
life.
care about people's lives,
I
Fallon.
can't save a life though. So what am I gonna do when I get
What if
there?
I need you to come get me from somewhere? If I'm jammed up, like, hell, my dates chased me into an alley and I'm trying to get you.
You have your location turned on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Come get me.
Somebody don't go. Or no, see, I'm the friend that'll be like, now why'd you go? My friends,
Fallon.
they're not even gonna tell me. They're gonna tell me after the fact because they're not gonna want to hear what I had to say before they left.
Fallon, this is terrible. I hope none of your friends have you as their emergency
Oh my
contact.
god, I think only my husband does.
Well, he's out of luck because your phone
No,
is off.
it'll ring for him. You have to be in
Fallon,
the favorites.
this is
You
crazy.
have to be in my favorites. If it's on Do Not Disturb, call twice. Then it'll ring.
So now I gotta go through a whole song and dance.
You do.
Fallon.
That's why I'm like, make sure you think twice before you do something.
Because I'm not gonna answer the
Yes,
phone.
like I might be asleep
Don't let it be a Friday night either, because you're not gonna hear from me till Monday.
until Monday.
It's mean. I
You're
think
gonna
it's
have to
mean.
you're gonna have to call. No, it's teaching people how to be accountable. It's teaching people how to be have accountability. If there's a real emergency, you call the police. Do you know how many people have lost their lives rushing to save people?
Oh, that's true.
Like, no, why would you don't endanger me? Endanger the people that are got a vest on. Or call the ambulance, fire department.
Fallon, stop.
Like,
You have to be stopped.
I'm like, why would you
Y'all,
like
if Fallon's one of your closest friends, get another one also, because
they
she's
know.
not coming through.
Now, if it's a real emergency and I have to save
You won't even
you,
know. You'll be asleep.
if you call me twice and I hear it ring, because I am a heavy sleeper,
Oh, are you?
I could help you get out of a problem though. I'm not the emergency contact
Okay.
person. Like
Mm-mm-mm.
I know my truth though. I'm honest with it.
Mr. Vaughn, call the police. Call your homeboy. She
Call the
sleep.
police. He
She on
knows.
D&D.
Girl, if you could hear all the times he's been like, hey, if I'm out on the road, you need to. I'm like, well, I had the ringer on, but I was sleeping. And he was like, well,
Me and you would physically fight. When my husband doesn't answer my phone call the first time, I'm already irate. Because what could you possibly be doing? Yeah, I know you have a job and
what
a
if I'm
life and things to
tired?
do. No, answer my phone call. I
What if
will.
that man is sleepy? What if he had a very long day
Ain't that much sleepy in the
and
world.
what if he took some Benadryl?
Well, listen, fight through the fog. I don't know what to tell you.
So now
I'm
he gonna be
calling.
swerving on the highway
I'm
because he
calling
took some
you.
Benadryl.
Call an Uber. Get to me. Get to me. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can give you an easy one because you're wilding out on this one. This. Are you usually the last one to arrive or the first one to leave?
Ooh, did I even come?
Yes.
Did I wake up and the vibes are off,
It's
and
the
then I
options.
decided that I didn't want to go?
No, the options are first to arrive
Was it raining?
or first to leave. So
Probably
you just not
both.
going? Is that what you're
It
telling me?
depends because I've strengthened my boundaries are so intact now
Mm-hmm.
that if the vibes are off, if I God could whisper in my ear and be like, sleep. And I'm gonna sleep. Or don't go. I'm not gonna go.
Oh, so you're tapped into your intuition real good.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say both too. I'm always the last to arrive and the first to leave because I want to see y'all and I want y'all to see me, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be anywhere long enough to get irritated.
Mm-mm. Gotta go in and out. You gotta
And
know
also,
when
what's the
hold them
food
and fold them.
situation? What's the food situation?
Who's cooking?
Because if the food situation not right, this could have been an email
Uh-huh. Who else is gonna be there?
or a Zoom call. It's
Because I don't want to go
2026.
anywhere that I'm gonna be uncomfortable.
No, and while we're on the topic, you're throwing a party.
Mm-hmm.
You've curated a guest list. Someone brings an additional person who's not on your guest list and did not advise you. Are you letting them in or not?
I've worked on my reactions a lot.
Okay.
So now my other half, my better half, my husband is good at diffusing situations.
Okay.
So he probably would take care of it. Or like my girlfriends, my close friends wouldn't even let me know that that person was there because they wouldn't want me to crash out.
But they would understand that you want them to send the person away.
Right. Like
Mm.
I wouldn't even know that the person was there because my bestie would have stopped them at the door. Like 10 toes down. My rider dies, ride or die for me.
I have had this conversation with people. I
Yeah.
thought this was a universal duh.
Yeah, they're not coming
You
in.
don't invite other people to something
No.
that you were invited to without express clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this is not universal
No.
courtesy.
No. And I mean, it happened a lot in college. Now, as adults, if you make that big of a mistake, then we probably are never going to talk again.
Because I don't think people understand that your guest list is a vibe.
Mm-hmm. It's curated as such for a reason.
I know these personalities. I know how they are together. I know what they consider to be a good time. And I know
Mm.
what I can trust them not to do.
I used to try to kumbaya all my people. That was like one of those lessons I learned in my early 30s, late 20s, that all your friends can't be friends with each
No,
other.
no, 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 for sure.
So I'm strict on those
I
rules.
actually might be at the point where all of my friends can be friends with each other, but that's because I have so few friends. Like the
Mm.
circle
Yours
has gotten so tight, it's
that is
almost uniform.
yeah,
Same vibe all the way around the circle
yeah,
because it's the one that works,
yeah.
right? It's the formula that works. I don't have any frenemies left, and I
No,
don't really
definitely not.
have, those spotty friendships you have where they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. I don't really do that either. If you're
That
out, stay
ended
over
after
there.
40, thank God. Like post 40, no time for foolishness, no time for back and forth.
Well, because you know what it is. Friendships require work, like
Mm,
a real relationship work, like marriages.
yeah.
You can't spread that around that far.
Mm-mm.
My friends need to all know that they can count on me, that I love them, that I will show
Yeah.
up for them, that I will show up at their events, and I expect the same, which means that can't be 20 or 30 people. There's no way
Mm,
those are all quality friendships because too many people have too
yeah.
many life things going. So I got to keep it tight enough to be a good friend to
Yeah.
all those people. Now, not that I'm a jerk. Maybe I'm a jerk, but I don't think I'm a jerk. I
Yeah.
just think I understand the finite resources that I have for good relationships
Yeah.
now.
And now we kind of know how to quantify it and put people in different categories. We have coworkers, we have colleagues, we have
Yeah,
associates,
you don't have to
best
call everybody a friend.
friends, my
Yes.
bestie, my sister friends. Like
Yes.
they're
Then we got
layers.
some family where sometimes I
Yes.
forget that we're not
Like
related.
my play cousin. That's my play
Yeah.
cousin, my play
My kids,
sister.
I'm like, that's your aunt. They're like, how are we related? Don't ask too many
Don't worry about
questions.
it. That's your aunt.
Just call them auntie and move on with your life.
Yeah.
Okay, should we do one more or should we move on?
Sure.
All right, let
Throw it
me.
at me. Give me one more.
This one's beef. Okay, this is this. I've seen
What's
this cause
beef?
real problems. This is restaurant math. Split the bill evenly, no matter how high it is, or itemize. You pay for what you ate.
I feel like now I don't even like if it's somebody having like a birthday dinner, like a one-off person, I don't even go because I hate foolishness when it comes to that. Me and my people,
Just stay not
everybody, we
going to
just,
stuff.
I do, I really do. We're gonna split it evenly, or if it's your event, you provide the food or do like a prefix menu. Like I don't know,
Mm,
that's just kind of how we do it. Like if it's somebody's birthday, we already know we're not like who. Why is the birthday person playing? Like it's gonna be a small group. I
mm.
don't do the big birthday dinners. It's always weird. Mm-mm.
What?
No.
How is it weird?
Have you ever been to a birthday dinner where your close friends or that person has invited not only their close friends, but they, you can tell when some people have fished for gifts or like fish to be appreciated. So they got a lot of stragglers coming.
People who
They're
they wouldn't
people,
usually be with.
yes. So
Okay.
they've added extras. They got extra girls or people come in like, oh well, May May's coming too, or she's coming also. But you don't really know them like that. Like you've never been in a situation where you've had to break bread with. Like I don't break bread with everybody. Like
You are worse than
I'm a
me.
very spiritual person. So like I don't. Everybody's energy is not gonna like.
Fair.
I don't want to break bread with everybody. So I gotta know how many people, like, is it gonna be like a situation where, oh, well, I only had water? Like, please go away. What are you doing? Like,
That's
why are
fair.
you here?
This is how I play this, okay? Because if it's a real friend and they invite me to their birthday thing, no matter how weird it's going to be, I will go and then I will observe. So what I tend to look for is there someone who's literally over ordering because they know it's going to be a split? Because there's always someone who's like the first one to say, let's just split it even, but they had like six appetizers and five
Mm-mm.
drinks, and and or I'll see like, do I know these people? Do I know how they split
Yeah.
bills? Have I been on vacation with these folks? And I just watch it. And what I tend to do is, if it's looking squirrely, I go to the restroom, I find the waiter on the
And then
way,
you
I pay my
pay on,
check.
yeah.
And then when they start doing that square up stuff, oh, I gotta go. I already paid my check. I'll see you guys next week. Like, I love you. I just don't like to get involved
I don't either.
in the I only had water, or like you had two drinks, I had six. I don't want to
Mm-mm.
do that. And so you can kind of see it shaping up, but
Yeah.
I won't not go, which is surprising because I thought I was the more anti-social of the two of us, but now I'm saying you're worse than me.
My people are my people, and other people that aren't my people are not my people. They're not my people.
Okay, Drake, no new friends, no new friends, no, no, no. What if you met somebody that you never met before at the birthday party dinner and y'all really hit it
If
off?
I would meet people and like others, I feel like a birthday dinner or like sitting down and breaking bread with people is so sacred that I don't want to do
What?
that. Just like my community, my close friends, like we are going to be vulnerable with each other. It's not going to
Mm,
be any, oh, we're talking like we're at work because we don't know her and she might know our boss. Like, I want to be able to have authentic conversations. I don't want anybody feeling obligated to put on airs. So it's going to be
fair.
people who are comfortable with each other. Certain situations, when you bring people who are not in their dynamic around, it can mess up your feng shui.
But
So,
you don't trust, so you don't trust your friends though, because I have met some really, really cool couples at other friends' events. Like people I'd never met a day in my life. They just
hmm
happen to be friends of my friends. But the same reason those friends like me is the same reason they like them. And you can almost see immediately like why that friendship
see,
works.
my friends, we all know to curate events like that with people who we know would mesh with each other. It's never
Mm,
any wild cards. Like, we don't
mm.
do the wild card game. My friends are not just throwing people willy nilly together. It's
Which means you need to go to the
thoughts.
birthday dinner, no matter how many
No.
randos are coming, because
Mm-mm.
they may be a good new rando.
My friends would invite me with a rando that they don't think would align with my randomness.
So, which means you need to go.
No, because then we'll be sitting there awkward, and then the other person will be like, I don't know if I like Fallon. I don't
Fallon,
know if I
you
like
need to go
her.
outside and
Oh
touch
my
grass like
god.
you just told all
I
the
don't
single
know.
people.
I don't know if I like her. They're weird.
I feel like you're not giving people a chance. I feel like you got your
I'll give them
whole
a
thing
chance in
set.
other settings.
Okay.
Happy hour, maybe like a game night. But sitting down and sharing like an intimate dinner with people, I do think for me that's like a little sacred.
Fair. Everyone's allowed to have their
Yes,
preference on this.
that's
I thought
mm-mm.
I was bad. Fallon got me beat, okay? If Fallon don't know the whole guest list, she's not coming. She's not coming. And she's not going to answer the phone call because you're on D&D. So at
Yeah,
this point,
at the 9 o'clock. Listen,
at this point, she's got business hours for her friendships, and y'all
you
need to get
better hang
it.
out with that random girl that you having dinner with. That
Fallon, you need to be
yeah,
studied.
yeah.
We're gonna open a research study.
Have dinner with her. Call her. Let her know you. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I want to talk about the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we talked about your authorship and your attorneyship.
Yes.
Tell me about this podcast. When did it launch? What it's about?
Okay, so for maybe like 2 or 3 years during the pandemic, there was this whole thing called Clubhouse. I don't know if you remember
Yes,
Clubhouse.
it didn't make it.
No, it did not.
Mostly because there was a lot of pompous hot air getting blown around on there. I joined
Yes.
for a minute. I was
Uh-huh.
like, mm-mm.
I was fortunate enough to bond with people from all over who became like really close friends of mine. So me and one of my homegirls in DC, we just talk like Clubhouse, whatever. We were just talking like almost every day.
You
So
met her on Clubhouse?
well, technically, I met her during the blogging era because I was a blogger girly too. So
Okay.
it's one of those kismet, destined to be friends with each other type situations. So we just built rapport with each other. And it just so happened that another person that would come in our clubhouse room, he had like a production company.
Mm,
So he kind of was like, "Oh, y'all have such great chemistry. You should do something." But we were in two different cities. She was in
mm.
DC. I'm in Houston.
That's tough. Yeah.
So we tried to do like a show for a few years, and it was cool. But life got in the way, and it was kind of difficult to do it with the different time zones and all that. So I kind of was like, "Yeah, I think I'm done with this
Mm,
podcasting or whatever. Like, I don't think I want to do it, or it's just not gonna work for me." Um, Fast forward to I guess last year,
mm,
I started feeling as if I needed something. Like I don't have kids yet. I'm about knocking on 45 back door.
mm-hmm.
Like who's going to tell grandma's story if you don't have any
Mm,
grandkids? So I was like, I need something. Like even if it's me writing more or just
mm.
talking or like memorializing the things that my crazy all this crazy stuff we talked about, all these quirky things that are Fallon, like who is going to be able to share it or like who's going to be able to like, dang, I wonder what someone in this situation would have done. So I kind of talked to him. I was like, I don't necessarily want to do a podcast, but I want to have a show because somebody should have gave me a manual on all this stuff that I was dealing with. And I may not have any kids right now, but I want to be able to like pass that same wisdom on to somebody
Yeah.
else. So I'm
Hmm.
like, let me put it in the manual. So he was like, oh, well, we can do that. I'll figure it out. Let's just record. So he did all his magic.
So let me understand. The podcast is essentially uh, you amassing life lessons, summarizing it down into nuggets of wisdom,
Yeah.
and leaving them for the next generation.
Yes.
But it's not just you. There's two of you.
So it's me, and if I have a lesson that I think somebody else that I'm acquainted with can tell,
Oh,
then it'll be like us on the front porch giving that lesson to them, or like two
okay.
sister friends talking. Like everything is going to be something for the manual. Like, okay, we're in our 40s. We don't. People's parents are getting older. Why didn't make a manual to tell you what to do with your parents? Okay, here I am
Oh, yeah.
talking
Those are big
about yeah,
things.
like talking about my experience or what I had to put in the like what I wish would have been in a manual
Yeah.
for me to learn. Like, dang it, I got to navigate this. Like, you got to raise your parents when they're a certain
Yeah.
age.
Aging parents is wild. And I think you've
Yeah.
probably got a host of things you can share about
Mhm.
navigating grief
Yeah.
and the criminal justice system, not just as a participant from the legal side, but as someone who it impacted your
Yeah.
life. Yeah, that's no one really knows that stuff until they hit
Mm-mm.
it. So what's the format like? So whether or not you have a guest, you get on
Yeah.
and you talk to your listeners about the thing that you wish someone had taught you in manual
Yes.
form. Is it kind of like does it feel like a dear diary? Does it feel like a
Kind
lesson?
of sort of it felt I really didn't know how it was going to feel because it was like, okay, I'm just talking to myself. But then I looked at it from the lens of me talking to maybe not my future self, but like maybe a descendant or maybe my friends' kids who may have wanted to learn something, but their mama couldn't have told them. So like, dang,
Mm.
there's Auntie Fallon.
What would you say the ideal audience is in terms of age range?
So I feel like I talk not only to my peers, but I also like mentorship is a big thing for me. So like
Mm.
younger attorneys, younger women, younger teenagers, like things that happen to me, I still feel could be relevant, a conversation that someone can benefit from now. So the age range, I would say maybe like 20 to 45, 60. Like I don't
Oh,
put a cap on it.
okay. It's the
Yeah,
whole
cause
gamut.
I'm still teaching my mama stuff. Like my mama
Oh,
is 73 and she's learning lessons from me. She's learning
wow.
lessons from like I'm watching her grow up too. Like
Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot
yeah.
because I'm intrigued by this. Okay, we're gonna get a sneak peek, unplanned snippet of this should have been in the manual
Mhm.
from you.
I'm gonna put it in a
What
manual.
could you tell another successful woman about what to expect getting married over 40 in terms of combining lives and
Mm.
all of that? Give us something.
I think the most important lesson is that you have to still be open to growing. You're going to learn a lot about yourself being married to somebody. You're
Mm.
going to learn how your partner thinks, but not only how your partner thinks, but also how there's whole species thinks. There's things that I learned about men that I may have assumed or like just learned in passing that I know men, I know this, but actually a man who loves you unconditionally that could give you more advice than anybody could.
Mm.
So stuff that I figured was normal, people like that. No, that wasn't normal. That was some f boy stuff. Like
Oop.
no, a real man that loves you is not gonna do this, or somebody that wants you. Like so many misconceptions
Wow.
I that I had to learn in my 40s. Like whoa, explosion. And I'm like, dang, I wish I had you in my 20s. You would have saved me a lot of time. Like it's still lessons that like stuff that I've learned from him. I can impart on my friends now, and it's like, hey girl, whoa, I
Okay.
heard about this. You might want to reevaluate how you're moving because we thought men looked at it one way, but now I'm seeing like, whoa, we didn't know what we were talking about.
Okay. So I heard need to be open to growing, learning more about yourself and more about men and more about your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything we need in the manual about combining two households? Because I know you had your
Oh,
whole thing already.
absolutely. First, your partner has to be someone who has a vision of success the same as you.
Mm.
It doesn't necessarily always have to be monetary success, but like vision. Like, what is your idea of peace? Like, what do you want to curate in your home that is going to be your sanctuary? Like, if a man is not looking for a sanctuary at home, like if his idea of what sanctuary is different from yours,
Mm.
y'all are not gonna mesh. Like,
Mm.
you have to know what puts your partner at ease. You have
Mm.
to be able to be vulnerable and let somebody actually pour into you. You got to be okay with really saying, is this a big thing or is this a small thing?
Ooh.
Is this something that,
Now pick your battles.
yes, pick your battles. Is this something that is going to take away from the peacefulness in our union? Or am I just like, do I really want this smoke? Like, is this worth it?
Yeah, all beef is not worth it.
No, it's not. I had to learn that.
Mhm.
That was one of the definite There would be a whole entry of manual, a whole
Girl,
section
that's
of manual
good.
entries.
That's good. Everything is not worth saying.
No, it's not. Everything is not worth saying.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff is better to just do it instead of saying it.
Mm.
I remember my mom. I was thinking about it. My dad. Like I could just remember my mama being so frustrated about things, and then now I'm like, I see why she was just pick it up.
Ain't rage cleaning.
Yes,
Rage cleaning is my jam. Like
yes, and just go about it
the
because
whole
I'm
time
like,
I'm cleaning, I'm like, why would I even be picking this up from this
yes,
place unless y'all hate
exactly.
me? Because why would you put this here?
But I must love you a lot to be doing it.
I need to come on to
Because
the
I'm like, it's
manual.
stuff you could teach me that I would have never thought about. Like, you had seasons that I won't experience because we got married at different times.
Yep.
So I think that's what would be a guest.
But I could talk to you forever. You're hilarious. I did find out through the game that we're nothing alike, although I thought we were everything alike. So that was interesting.
That's what makes friendships stronger.
True.
Because if everybody thinks that, like, we're not sheep, You gotta have a, cause you can check me and I would be able to like, girl,
Well, I want to invite you to a party now, and I feel like you're not going to know anyone on the guest list and you're not coming.
just run it by me first, and
Okay.
then I'll let you know. You know, just.
Valid. You're not in charge of the
Oh
guest list.
my
Just
God.
come. I have no problem turning around and going back home.
See, I wouldn't want to do that. Now you just gangster, cause you be like, I'm
If
gone.
I walk in a space and somebody I don't like is in there, girl, I have so many things to do now. I just want to come by and give you a hug, squeeze your neck. Peace out.
You gotta teach me how to do that.
I'm going
Yeah,
home.
we'll have a manual entry on the art of
Goodbye.
goodbye.
I'm big on the Irish goodbye.
Okay,
They'll be like, "Where's Jay?" Maybe she at the
she already
house.
go.
She's at the house watching Netflix. She's been gone.
Yeah.
I don't need to say goodbye to everyone. I will greet everyone
Mm,
because I just came up with, old Southern grandparents. When you
yeah.
walk into a space and you don't
Gotta
say hi
say
to
hi.
everybody, you're rude.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not getting a goodbye.
Well, that
I've
you,
had people text me like, "Are you still in the bathroom?"
you teach that
Maybe
lesson.
I'm at the house. I don't
That's
know.
fair. Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming, Fallon.
I know.
I
Thank
hope
you.
that you continue to do the good work you're doing and you don't get discouraged despite, some pretty heavy headwinds that are coming your way because we need people like you
Thank
who
you.
care. And I hope you have another poetry anthology coming, a happy one. You know how everyone waits for like Jasmine Sullivan and them to go through like a bad
That
relationship.
happy Mary, sad Mary J.
Yeah, I want the happy ode.
Okay.
I want the love poems that rock you. I want that. I'm
Okay.
ready for your R&B era. Okay,
I
so
can do that.
okay, I'll be the first to buy it, and you'll be back on talking about your
Yes.
book.
Okay. I'll hold you to that.
Because I think if you haven't read it, you can't really appreciate how much she bled on that page for
Mm.
our enjoyment, like literally, so we can appreciate what she's gone through. And that was such a brave thing to do. So,
Thank you.
congratulations again. Eight
Thank
years later,
you.
I know that thing's still selling because it's just a great
Yes.
work.
Thank you.
Of course. Give me a hug, girl.
I've been in the
Thanks
birdhouse.
for So we will see you again next month. Tune back in for another episode of Take Yourself to Work, the podcast about finding success without losing yourself in the process. Thanks for hanging out with us at the Birdhouse. Talk to you later.